The Starbucks Bearista Cup, the latest viral sensation. Priced at $29.95, this cup sent people into a frenzy. And they lined up before sunrise, went to several locations, and got into arguments and physical altercations over a bear cup. Stores sold out within hours, and online retailers flipped the cup from $29.95 to several $100s, and people bought it. This is insane behavior for a cup. But here's the question: why do we chase things like this? This is an excellent case study about how a simple, low cost item can become a major cultural event due to effective marketing and deeply ingrained consumer behavior centered on collecting, status, FOMO, and social visibility. If you've been on this channel, I have talked about these things in other videos. So not only is this the perfect example, but it's consumerism in real time, a moment of joy powered by marketing and fueled by dopamine. Hello, and welcome to another episode of Financial Goldmine. Today, we are discussing the tactics or strategies that Starbucks used to sell this cup. 2, how consumer culture keeps you spending, chasing, and comparing. And 3, how you can step off the hamster wheel for good, whether it's Starbucks or any other brand, because they all study you and use similar tactics to get your money. Starbucks released their holiday menu on November 6, 2025. The release included drinks and merchandise. The lineup included returning favorites such as the peppermint mocha, caramel brulee latte, iced sugar cookie latte, and new items like the cinnamon pull-apart bread and polar bear cake pop. Merchandise included a new collection of festive cups and tumblers, a limited edition line of merchandise featuring Hello Kitty, one of my favorites, by the way. The Hello Kitty collection included mugs, tumblers, and toys. Then we get to the headliner, the showstopper, the Bearista Cup, which is a 20-ounce, wide-eyed, beanie-wearing, teddy bear-shaped glass cold cup. And I'm not going to hold you, it is cute. The cup went on sale, and people woke up in the wee hours of the morning and went on a treasure hunt to make sure that they secured the cup before it sold out, which it ended up doing within hours. People flocked to social media to express their frustration because they were not able to secure a cup, mainly due to limited quantities being available and employees buying most of the cups before the store even opened. I personally was in my bed relaxing, rubbing my feet together, but let's take a look at how it all unfolded.
9:37 p.m. We're waiting at the Starbucks here in Hemet. We're gonna wait until it opens. They said we can go through the drive-thru or we can sit outside. So we're gonna do both. And my mom's here, so you know for sure we're getting all the merch. I'm gonna spend like $100 real quick. Got the freaking cup. We got the only three guys in the whole store. And I also got a pink koala cup. Here's the mess. I was asleep. I need to go to work. Okay, hurry up before they jump us. So why do I have to give away my cup one time? You the one that the worker. Hold on, no.
She put my cup up and I gave you mine. Yeah.
Oh. Starbucks has been in business for over 50 years, and this holiday collection is released every November. It is a highly anticipated event. Let's take a look at what they had to say about the release.
We're so excited to welcome the return of the holiday season. It's one of our favorite times of the year. And this year, we're leaning into the nostalgia you know and love from your favorite seasonal beverages and our iconic holiday cups to shelves filled with Christmas blend and festive merch, including the much-loved glass Bearista cup. The response to our holiday collection has been incredible, so thank you. The Bearista glass cup and a few other items sold out faster than we anticipated. In fact, we shipped more Bearista cups than nearly any other holiday item this year. We know many of you were hoping to get one, and we understand how disappointing it can be to miss out. So, we're actively exploring ways to bring more in during the season, and while we can't make any promises just yet, we can share that new holiday merch is coming in December, so stay tuned. Thanks again for your enthusiasm and for making this season so special.
Here are some things that he stated that I want you to pay attention to. The response was incredible. Starbucks knew the response would be incredible. This is not their first rodeo. It sold out faster than anticipated. I'm not buying that either. It sold out just like they knew it would due to the hype created, but consumers played a part in that as well because they helped hype it up. We understand how disappointing it can be to miss out. There it is, FOMO, fear of missing out. Starbucks knows that people don't like to miss out, and they use that to their advantage. We can share that new holiday merch is coming in December, so stay tuned. And that is the part that a lot of people have not connected. What do you think will happen in December? People will go even harder, especially those that missed out. They don't want to miss out again. When they remember and think about how Bearista Gate went down, they will get up even earlier and do everything in their power to make sure that they secure whatever it is Starbucks releases, even if they don't like it. Let's get into some tactics that Starbucks use. Now, I'm not affiliated with Starbucks, but from the outside looking in, some of the tactics are kind of clear to me. Number one, scarcity and limited edition marketing. This is a strategy that increases a product's value and demand by making it seem rare or limited, therefore creating a sense of urgency for consumers to purchase it quickly. So the cup was a limited edition release and it sold out almost instantly. The holiday collection is released yearly and people know that it's limited. And on the website, it states that they're available for a limited time while supplies last. Starbucks wanted you to feel like you must act before the opportunity is lost and the cup is gone. When an item is perceived as scarce, the demand increases and people perceive limited or rare items as more valuable. Limited editions create a sense of exclusivity and make customers feel special because they own this unique item. The second tactic, FOMO, fear of missing out. Brands know that people have major FOMO. And guess what? They use that to their advantage. The emotional pressure pushed people to buy this cup. For some, it was not even because they loved or liked the product, but they did not want to miss out. Don't become a victim to FOMO. The third tactic is the collectible strategy. A collectible strategy is a marketing strategy for collecting items so that businesses can in turn build brand loyalty. This marketing strategy encourages the purchase of collectible items to encourage a repeat purchase, and it appeals to the human desire to complete the set or add to their collection. For many purchasers, the cup's value was not in its function as drinkware, but as a collectible item. Starbucks has trained their customers to see tumblers and cups as collectibles. Each limited edition cups build anticipation for the next. Case in point, let's look at this collection. Insane collections, right? Now you can see how easily it is for people to fall victim to a collectible strategy and they don't even know it. The fourth strategy is status and identity marketing. The enthusiasm for the cup is an extension of a broader Starbucks brand loyalty, where owning merchandise helps consumers feel part of a specific lifestyle or community. Starbucks has mastered selling identity. Owning a limited edition cup turns a simple tumbler into a status symbol, something to show off in videos, to your family and friends, or on your desk at work. Baby, listen. You will see it everywhere you turn. If you've been looking at content about this bear, you will see videos all over the place. The fifth strategy is emotional design and nostalgia. Brands use vintage aesthetic, modern updates, and cultural moments to evoke a feeling of security and trust. They use things like fonts, color schemes, special packaging, soft plush textures that evoke memories. Look how adorable the Hello Kitty release was. Insane. They use iconic music, soft effects, and pop culture to trigger memories. The Bearista cup is not just adorable, but it's emotionally engineered. The teddy bear evokes comfort and childhood nostalgia. They use the color green from their logo, which is also a very cozy color for the season and ties into holiday warmth and joy. Their game is so cold, people don't even see it coming. Neuroscience is a field of science that studies the brain and nervous system. Brands use neuroscience to create a customer experience that taps into the brain's reward and comfort system. Neuroscience shows that the brain releases dopamine not just when purchasing, but in anticipation to purchase. So, what did Starbucks do? They placed the holiday release on their website like they do every year. And on November 4th, they made a few Instagram videos showing the bear along with other items from the collection like Hello Kitty. This sent anticipation through the roof. People went nuts and knew that they would do anything in their power to get this bear. Let's take a look.
So I have been obsessed with these bear cubs since I saw them, and I was like, I need to get my hands on a bear cub. So I called every Starbucks that it was possible for me to drive to days before these things got released.
Now, the last strategy, social proof. Let's be honest, customers did a lot of the work for Starbucks, but social proof is still a strategy that they use to their advantage. Social proof is a psychological phenomenon where people look to the actions and opinions of others to guide their own behavior. One example of social proof is user generated content when customers share their experience with the brand on social media. TikTok and Instagram went to work for Starbucks as people showed off their cups online. Almost every media outlet made a post about this cup. Seeing that other people are happy with the Barista cup makes other customers feel like they may enjoy it as well. Now, what do you think will happen if they release more? Because there have been some trickling in and people have been going to buy, or when that next collection comes out in December. People, like I said, they're going to do everything in their power to make sure they secure one. I can't do anything but laugh, y'all, because people are taking this to another level. What's happening with the Bearista Cup isn't new. It's just the latest example of how companies have learned to sell us emotions disguised as products. But by watching this video and subscribing to my channel, you can stay 10 steps ahead. Because if you don't recognize it, you end up spending your money and peace of mind chasing temporary pleasure. When you allow greed, materialism, and overconsumption to take over, you stop thinking clearly. Example: the secondhand market for this cup was able to sell this cup with a 10% markup and higher, and people bought it. Not only that, some ignored very clear red flags just to get their hands on this cup. When you want a material item so bad, you do anything to get it. Case in point, this ad on eBay has a number of red flags, but yet people still purchase the cup from this buyer. Red flag number one: the eBay account was created in November. Red flag number two: the account has 0 reviews. Red flag number three: only 2 items sold. Like, come on now. Now, okay, I'll cut some slack. You may let one of these red flags slide, like 2 items sold. But when you consider all of these three together, the only solution is that it is a scam account. But they had an emotional desire so strong that all rational thoughts went out the door. Brands use consumerism to encourage spending. They appeal to you through psychological tactics to target your emotional needs, link products to lifestyle. They use sensory tactics. They leverage marketing strategies like scarcity and social proof, and they launch very strong marketing campaigns to push products. And in this season, they are going harder than ever. They have systems that collect data that tells them how you will behave. And with the Starbucks Barista Cup, people behave exactly how Starbucks wanted them to. And when they have their release in December, guess what? They made sure to tell you about it. And people will go nuts again and behave exactly how Starbucks wants them to behave. Consumerism is an economic theory that consumer spending on goods and services is the key to individual well being and an important factor driving an economy's economic growth. A capitalist economy depends on the consumption of goods and encourages customers to purchase beyond their basic needs. Household consumption is the largest component of GDP in the United States, making up 70% of the total. This is why governments focus on stimulating consumer spending because it is an effective way to increase GDP. Many economists who support aspects of consumerism also align with material views, believing that owning and using consumer goods is essential to personal happiness and well being. So, from a psychological and behavioral perspective, consumerism reflects a collective fixation on acquiring goods that neither fulfill genuine needs nor bring lasting satisfaction. Consumerism promotes materialism and drives overconsumption. which is the use of more resources, goods, or services than needed, leading to individual and environmental harm, including waste, debt, and depletion of natural resources. In a nutshell, governments and companies push consumerism because a constantly spending population keeps the economy growing, boosts corporate profits, and increases tax revenue. When people buy more, businesses earn more, investors gain more, and governments benefit from stronger economic activity. Consumerism essentially fuels the entire economic engine. Starbucks leverage consumerism by creating intense demand through scarcity, social status signaling, and making this barista cup feel like a must have collectible than a simple product. By tapping into FOMO and emotional branding, they turned a $20 cup into a viral cultural moment that people felt compelled to buy. But sadly, there are many drawbacks like environmental impacts, resource depletion, pollution, waste generation, social and economic problems like increased debt. They don't care how much you're spending or the negative effects that it has on you. They just want you spending. Social inequality, it widens the gap between the rich and the poor. Corporations prioritize low cost production methods that involve poor labor standards and pay. And let's not even talk about the psychological and cultural issues like the effect that it has on your mental health, the increased anxiety, depression, and other psychological issues. Another concern is something that I have talked about in my Debt Traps video: conspicuous consumption, the act of purchasing goods or services to display wealth and social status. People engage in conspicuous consumption to impress other people. Let's take a look.
I didn't think that this day would come where I would actually come on and flex on y'all with something, but today that day has come and I have accomplished, I have conquered, and I have hit the gold with this new Starbucks cup.
A flex? What? Baby, you cannot flex on me or any of my gold diggers with a glass cup. No, I'm just kidding. I don't know her, nothing personal to her, but this is a finance channel. So a flex is what? A good credit score, paying off debt, a fully funded emergency fund, smart investments that are growing, not living beyond your means. A flex is being prepared when you have a major purchase and not being worried about anything because you planned well. I ain't worried about nothing. I ain't worried about nothing. Always take care of yourself and your finances first before you build a collection that you don't even want. Let's take a look. So the time has finally come. I will be selling all my Starbucks cups. We listen and we don't judge. I am at a financial point in my life where I think I have to get rid of them. Thinking of selling some Starbucks cups I've had, I need some extra cash. Selling my Starbucks cup collection, no longer interested in collecting, and bills need to be paid. Selling my Starbucks tumbler collection, available individually or in bundles, 15 for most venti and 10 for most grande, keychain $7. So she's not even getting what she paid for them or more because the market is not there for these Starbucks cups unless it's rare like the Bearista cup. I'm thinking about selling my entire Starbucks collection. I'm gonna need room for the baby and the baby stuff. It's time to kick my collection. Priority should always be you first, saving, investing, and making sure that your debt is paid off so that you're not in a position to where you have to sell something off just to make sure you're secure. Look at this screenshot from a customer that stated the cup was awkward and slippery. She put it back in the box. So if it's not functional, then why buy it in the first place? Whoop-de-doo. Now let's be clear. Let's keep it 100. We all spend money on things we like and love, including me. The focus is making sure that your finances are a priority, that the high interest debt is paid off, that you have a fully funded emergency fund, that you're investing to grow your money, and not falling victim to all of these tricks that companies use to make you spend money on things that you truly don't want or need. So even if you're in a good financial position, why buy something that you don't even want or need that's not even functional? It makes no sense. It's very wasteful. Example, let's take a look at these people selling their collection. So before you spend your money on a material item and build a collection, think, will I even want this 1 year down the line, 2 years down the line, 5 years from now? If the answer is no, then put your money in your investments, Because guess what? With a good investment, you'll be happy years from now seeing your money grow versus having to sell off a collection and you may not recoup the money that you initially spent. So, what do you do? One, detach from the love of material things. I don't think that there's a person that loves Hello Kitty more than me. Listen, here I am boarding a flight to Taiwan on the Hello Kitty plane. Here's a picture that I took of a Hello Kitty display in Taiwan. But is my like for Hello Kitty any different because I do not own a collection of Hello Kitty items? No. I can like it without cashing out on material things. I love Hello Kitty from afar. So I saw the Starbucks Hello Kitty collaboration, and although it was beautiful, I was not moved to purchase because I'm not attached to material things. I've trained myself very well, and in this season, I'm going to be helping you to do the same. Two, identify your triggers. Are you shopping when bored, stressed, anxious, sleepy? Ask yourself, what am I trying to fix by making this purchase? Instead of shopping, replace shopping with something from your positive dopamine menu, like working out, reading a book, playing an instrument, or working on some other skill that brings you joy. My shopping addiction video is coming out in the next few days, and we will be discussing the dopamine menu. Three, interrupt the cycle. One way to do this, before you buy anything, make a list and wait for 72 hours before you make a purchase. Put it on the list and think, okay, do I want this? 72 hours. This will give you time to evaluate if it's something you really want. Another way to interrupt the cycle is before you go shopping, make a list of what you want to buy from the store and stick to your list. Eliminate all impulse purchases. I know that sounds hard. I have a video coming out about impulse purchases as well. Unfollow people and brands that promote spending. It is all over the place. Every social media platform, hit that unfollow button, and you don't need that negativity in your life. Another thing you can do is one of my favorites, a no spend challenge. A 30-day no spend challenge may be the reset that you need to get yourself back on track. I have a video about how to do a no spend challenge, so make sure you check that out. You have to rewire your brain in order to focus on your long term financial goals. There has to be a complete mindset shift. Understand that every dollar you spend fulfills someone else's dream, not yours. So, what is your financial goal? Replace the thrill of buying with the thrill of happiness that you'll feel when you build wealth. Anytime a deposit is made and I see my money grow, I don't know about you all, but I get so excited. At the end of the day, it was never just about a cup. It's about the feeling behind it, the excitement, the rush, the sense of belonging. Starbucks sold connection, they sold identity, and they knew exactly how to make people want it. It is a reflection of people. You have been trained to measure happiness with purchases, to chase the next dopamine hit every time something limited edition drops. It gets to the point where you trade real peace for momentary pleasure. The Barista Cup is a symbol of how powerful marketing can be and how easily you can lose control and buy more and want more. Awareness is power because once you see the game, you stop playing it. You literally want no parts. I know me personally, if I have to line up, get up 2 or 3 in the morning, if I can't just go in the store or go online and buy it, I don't even want it. Like, I'm not about to do all of that. Purpose over possessions, financial peace over temporary pleasure. So, next time you feel the need to spend, think and really ask yourself, do I want this or is it just a temporary feeling that I'm having? If you found this video helpful, don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell to never miss out on more financial education. Are there topics you want to see on this channel, or do you have any questions? Drop them in the comments below and I'll gladly help. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.